Evaluating algebraic expressions with integers. I will be able to substitute given values into an algebraic expression, then use the order of operations to simplify the expression. So we've done order of operations with integers, and we've done evaluating expressions with whole numbers, and now we're going to kind of combine that. So you're going to be given values for different variables, and you are going to substitute them or replace them into the given expression. So our given expression is y divided by 3 plus z plus x. So I like to start this by walking through and saying wherever there's a variable, I'm going to put a set of parentheses. So y divided by 3 plus z plus x. And now I'm going to come through and I'm going to replace the values that I'm given for those variables. So the first variable is y, and I know that y is equal to 3, divided by 3 plus z, and I know the value for z is 4, and then plus x, and I know the value of x is negative 4. And now I just have an order of operation problem that I can perform. Or I can simplify. So we look across, we're thinking about PEMDAS now. So division first. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, plus 4, plus negative 4. I'm just going to put a set of parentheses around that negative to protect it. Working from left to right now. 5 plus negative 4. And 5 plus negative 4 is 1, just my simple adding of integers. Negative 9 plus negative 12 divided by, so when we see this fraction bar right here, that's a fraction bar, we know that it's division. So negative 9 plus negative 12 divided by x plus 4 times x. And we know when there's nothing in between the value and x, we know that it's multiplication. And we probably shouldn't use x anymore since we have x as a variable. So we can use that dot, or we can use a set of parentheses. I'm going to use parentheses. So negative 9 plus negative 12 divided by x plus 4 times x. So we know that x is going to be negative 4 and another x, which is negative 4. So now I can just perform the order of operations. We're looking across from left to right, so we have a negative 9 plus, so we don't do that addition first, but we do have this division. So we should take care of that division. Negative 12 divided by a negative 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. And a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So it's just going to be a 3. So now we're going to bring down everything we haven't used yet. Looking across, we have some addition, and then we have some multiplication from that. So negative 4, or excuse me, positive 4 times a negative 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and a positive and a negative is a negative. And then we're going to bring down everything we haven't used yet. And now we can just work from left to right with addition. And negative 6 plus negative 16. We add the two negatives together because we have a hole that's 6 feet deep, and we want to go 16 feet more deep. So we add those together, and we get 22. And because we're going more negative, our answer will be negative. A, and then again, when we don't see an operation right here, between the a and the parentheses, we know that it's multiplication. So a times the quantity, b minus 9, because that's all in parentheses, plus b. So let's work from left to right. A times, so set of parentheses, so these parentheses is this right here. And then we have to put a set of parentheses for our b, minus 9, close those parentheses, plus the value of b. So working left to right, the value of a is negative 7, times the value of b, which is 8, or, and this whole thing is that times, so we have to remember that set of parentheses. Plus, so 8 minus 9, close parentheses, plus our b value again, which is 8. And now we can just perform order of operations. We know that inside parentheses has to come first. So 8 minus 9 is negative 1. And we can put that, so that set of parentheses kind of protect it, and then bring down everything we use that. This is kind of the same set of parentheses as the blue. So bring down everything we haven't used at. So the multiplication, the negative 7, plus, and we don't really need a set of parentheses around that 8 because it's not a negative, so we can just go positive 8. Now working with order of operations, negative 7 times a negative 1. We know that a 7 times 1 is 7. And then a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. So the answer will just be a positive 7. Bring down everything we haven't used yet. And 7 plus 8 is 15. So we have a set of parentheses protecting or around the negative 3 minus h. Then again, when we don't see anything, we know that right there is multiplication. So that's times 3 plus j. So we're kind of thinking about, we have a set of parentheses, and then we have another set of parentheses that we have to perform operations in before we do anything else. So let's rewrite this with replacing our variables. So negative 3 minus whatever the value of h is, close those parentheses. This right here is multiplication between those two sets of parentheses. 3 plus the value of j, close parentheses. So our h value is 3, and our j value is negative 8. And now we can just do order of operations. The very last thing we'll do is this multiplication, because we have to take care of inside the parentheses first. So we have negative 3 minus 3. We have a hole that's 3 feet deep, and we dig 3 more feet deep. So we are 6 feet. Then our 3 plus negative 8. So we're at 3, and we're taking away 8, so we got to go over that 0, so it's 3 to 0, and then we have to go 5 more. So 3 plus negative 8 is a negative 5. And now we can do that multiplication. We know that 6 times 5 is 30, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So our answer will just be a negative 30. And if you don't remember that, how we talk about negatives, multiplication of negatives and positives, we can go back to that triangle and cover up the two things that we have. So we have 2 negatives, so we're left with a positive, which is the value of our answer.